This is the only time in my life that I'm going to be able to defy the laws of gravity, if you will. I get to go out and fly the F-16 at the world's greatest training range, without limits, at the edge of the envelope every day.
You know, you're always fascinated with the military, and there's not a ton that you truly know about it. I think you garner an incredible respect for what it is that these guys do when you see how, not just how detailed it is, but you know, how important it is.
I'm Lieutenant Colonel Anthony Norman. My call sign's Blitz. I'm the commander of the 16th Weapons Squadron, or the Tomahawks, which is one of the 21 squadrons assigned to the weapons school here at Nellis Air Force Base in Las Vegas, Nevada. I've been flying the F-16 for 15 years or so. I've been in active duty service for about 17 years. I get the opportunity to command the very finest fighter squadron across the Air Force. My big brother, Drew, snapped at Ohio State, and Coach Fickell was the linebackers coach and I think the punt coach. I'd always heard about how Coach Fickell's a competitive guy. I was driving up from the Strip and I saw in Allegiant Stadium it said, you know, Big Ten Media Days, July 22nd to 24th, 2025. And I looked at my wife, I said, I wonder if I can fly Luke Fickell in the back of an F-16. So I called Big Brother back up. I said, Drew, call Luke, find out if he wants to fly in an F-16. He got right back to Drew and said, I'd love to do it.
So the little bit of that family history and connection from where they're from and where my family is from, all the way on to coaching his brother. It's just been a family I've had an incredible amount of respect for and kept in contact with. And it has led to some crazy things like this.
You guys know Luke. He's, as far as I can tell, from Drew playing at Ohio State from 02 to 07, he's been the same way ever since then. And so just getting an opportunity personally, once again, to say thanks to Luke Fickell for what he did with my brother, and say thanks for wearing the face of an organization to where he's doing it the right way. For those unaware, you know, he has the 2nd and 7 Foundation, where him and a couple teammates from Ohio State, you know, giving out 1 million free books, I think it is. And when he was at Cincinnati, you know, he had a close relationship with ROTC there, and then up at Wisconsin, you know, I know the Wounded Warriors have been able to access the facility. So all those things, I think, make Coach Fickell deserving of this opportunity. Here for the Air Force, it's also a pretty good win. You know, we get an opportunity to show what it's like to, you know, a day in the life of a fighter pilot, if you will. So Coach has had, this is, you know, in case we need to get out of the jet with the ejection seat, this is how we're going to be able to parachute to the ground and land, and has got to meet the life support team, which takes care of all of his gear. He's getting to meet the pilots in the squadron. Of course, our public affairs team as well, that is our interface to the public writ large. And so we're going to be able to take this opportunity where we're going to throw him in the back of a jet, former All-American, who thinks he's still in shape. We're going to find out how in shape he is here, I think, here in a little bit, and then get this out to show this is the type of outstanding and elite airmen that we have working in the United States Air Force, particularly here at Nellis.
At Nellis Air Force Base, we support the weapons school, and what's unique about them is that students from across the Air Force come here to go through a 6-month course for their upgrade training. All the aircraft across the Combat Air Force come here, they integrate, and they learn from each other, and then meet at the end of a 6-month course and do a capstone. And they put all their knowledge to the test for ultimate scenarios that they would encounter out in the wild.
What happens at Nellis permeates across the entire Air Force. And I'd say you drill down deeper in that, what happens at the weapons school permeates Nellis, permeates the Air Force. And so he's getting to look into what it's like to work with the top 1% of the top 1% of the top 1%.
Yeah, this is fun and this is a trial, but this is a way of life too. And so I think that's where a lot of excitement, but a lot more respect. And after seeing what all goes into what they do even on a daily basis to train, to get ready, it's impressive.
We get to take, you know, the top 8 to 10 instructors across the Air Force every 6 months, and we push them, and we push them, and we push them until they're better, until they graduate. And so the flying here is second to none. Today we're going to go out and fly a little dogfighting. We get to go out and pull G's and simulate shooting a gun against a pretty good instructor, and Coach is going to find out if I'm as good as he said I was.
There's a lot that I've gotten myself into, and I'm excited about going up. I don't know how excited I am about some of the dogfighting and how I'm going to feel, but nonetheless, there's an incredible rush and an anxiety that I can't wait to start.
I'm excited to see him compete on this sortie. I mean, it is going to be demanding, and it'll be interesting to see his perspective after this. Top Gun, I think, has captured the culture, the camaraderie, and the elite flying that happens. It doesn't capture the physical toll that this thing is going to take on you. And so I'm expecting Coach to compete. I'm expecting when I pull back on the stick and the jet does this really tight or does this really tight, There's going to be a lot of G-forces on him that's going to make that blood want to roll out of his head down his feet. And if you don't strain or you're not tough enough, you're going to go to sleep.
My question is, are you ready, my friend?
Ready to go, baby. On Wisconsin.
On Wisconsin. All right, Coach. That's 300 mile an hour. We're cruising. We are cruising. About AB now. We're rolling.
It was awesome. It was exhilarating. It was an experience, but it was hard. I mean, 7.5, 8 Gs. It's you just feel the power and recognize things that you've never felt before.
All right, we're going to turn this thing to the right, and we're going to get climbing up real big. You ready, Coach? Here we go.
My personal priorities are faith, family, fitness, flying in that order. At the end of this career, whenever the Lord says it's time to move on, or the family says it's time to move on, or the Air Force tells me it's time to move on, I think that's the thing I'll miss the most, is being able to employ a machine that can go upside down, and it's okay that it goes upside down.
The actual going vertical, feeling the power and the pressure, just the rush. You know, you think that you can handle even the G's, and I mean, you're close to passing out. There's a little bit of panic in there, but there's some things that I don't know if you ever would see again. I mean, the speed that you're going down back at the ground while pulling G-forces, unbelievable.
He did great. He's an elite athlete, All-American, all that stuff. Couldn't ask for a better person to fly in the backseat, and I'm blessed and fortunate and grateful. Thanks, Coach. On Wisconsin.